me tell you something, brother. This might be the best OG Kush I've ever had. Ooh. Ooh, yeah. You just said a mouthful, brother. I'm higher than helicopter, but listen though, Hulkster. Young Lurch has been running his mouth on that podcast. Blaze the Bingo Hall podcast needs to show some respect to the veterans, brother. I say we run in there and show Young Lurch and his guest just exactly who the OGs of this game are, What you gonna do, Blaze the Bingo Hall podcast, when the Macho Man and the Hulkster run wild on you? Ooh, yeah. Give me like 10 minutes, though, because I'm really, really stoned. Oh, yeah.
Welcome back to Blaze the Bingo Hall. It's your boy, Young Lurch. Today, I'm sorry. If you haven't liked and subscribed already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Because if you don't, we might just have to arrest your ass because we do have the police in the building today in the Bingo Hall. The first ever officer to step into the Bingo Hall, your boy, Roman 5-0. Welcome in, brother.
Thank you. How are you?
Good, man. Chilling in the Bingo Hall as always, blazing it. You know what I mean? Just sitting here hanging out. But yeah, man, I'm glad you could stop by. We've been working on this for a little bit, but yeah, man, I'm glad to have you here and chill and hang out, man. But I wanna go ahead and kick it off. Where did you get the name Roman 5-0 from, and what is the story behind it?
Dude, it was kind of like a hoax joke. Like we started POR, and I used to go by like Roman G and Roman Goose as like a joke. And I took it like a big hiatus. I was gone for a while. And I came back and I was like, bro, I need to have a cool gimmick that goes with the POR crowd. You've been to POR. You see how the crowd is. They're like partying, chilling. And I was like, dude, I got to have a good gimmick for when I come back. So I was like, dude, I'm going to do a cop. You know what I mean? And that's how the whole Roman 5-0 thing came about.
I love it. I think it's hilarious. I think it fits perfect, especially like you said, that atmosphere because everybody's there to chill at a party, and it's like, oh, this guy's being a dick cop, and like being arresting people and shit like that, and dirty cop, so it's pretty funny. Do you have anybody that actually thinks you are a cop?
Dude, I get asked all the fucking time.
Are you actually?
Dude, yeah, they're like, are you a real cop? And I'm like, do I look like a real cop? And they're like, I don't know, do you? But dude, I get asked quite often, and it's like the funniest shit ever, bro.
You gotta mess with them and be like, yeah, just to see it what they say. They'll probably be like, oh, okay. Because if they're asking you, they already are on the fence of whether they actually know or not. So
yeah. I had it was Dirty Ron. I had Dirty Ron convinced. He was like, he asked me for something. I was like, I'm a cop, right? And he was like, hold on, really? I was like, no, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You gotta fuck with them a little bit and jerk their chain. Like, hey, man, you might not want to do that in front of me. I'm still a cop.
Yeah, we had me and Jimmy Controversy pulled up to the POR Grand Prix last year, and his Hyundai SUV with blue lights flashing. And fucking people were like ducking behind the bushes and shit. They were like, nah, they did not. They thought the real.
They were like, oh shit, cops rolled up. Damn.
Yeah, the one guy was like, you fucked me up, man.
I think that's where I first seen you guys, but like, I still didn't know really about POR. I really didn't understand like what the whole deal was. You know what I mean? Up until like really a few months ago when I first went to the first show, that's when I was like, okay, now it started to like click. Like I remember seeing you guys in that video doing that, and I was like, oh, these guys are here now. So it made a little bit more sense to me because I feel like deathmatch, the circuit now, it's kind of like it's almost like the territories almost like back in the day. Like everyone's kind of like in their own areas, so to say, but then people still cross over and you might have this person repping here and going there. So it's really cool. And I think it's honestly, I think it's the hottest shit right now, like in my opinion. But
yeah, it's definitely the fucking territories, bro.
Yeah.
There's like people are taking over Philly, then you got the Jersey people, then you got the Delaware kids, and you got the Morgantown, West Virginia boys, and you got POR running Virginia, and it's like I was talking to a buddy about it the other day. I was like, that's exactly how we explain it. It's like the territories for deathmatch.
Yeah, Yeah, I'm glad, like I said, that I could stumble onto you guys and it was as close enough to me. And I'm just like, I went to the first one. I was like, damn, this is that close. Like, I'll be coming to everyone that I could, make it to, So it's addicting. And say it
It's a
again.
good time. It's a fucking
Yeah.
real good time.
Yeah, it's fun, man. It's like a family, so to say. It's a home away from home where you disconnect from your bullshit and go there and hang out and don't have to worry about the everyday mundane BS. So
Right.
growing up though, were you chasing any wrestling dreams, or did you kind of stumble into wrestling when you were doing stunts, or what came first for you?
My whole wrestling, I was like 3 or 4. I remember my cousin gave me a Pokemon, like a binder of Pokemon cards, and it had a picture of Bill Goldberg taped to the front. And I was like, yeah, what? I was like, what the fuck is this? And he was like, he showed me. I was like, oh, okay, fuck yeah, dude. And then I remember like he gave me like a big like action figure ring with a bunch of figures, like an X-Pac figure and like a Stone Cold. And like
Yeah.
wrestling took off after that. I always wanted to be a wrestler growing up. I did all like my high school reports on like wanting to be a fucking professional wrestler. And
Who
then
did
once
you?
you get older,
I was gonna say, did you get into training? Did you go to a school or anything like that?
not until I got older, man. I was like 28.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit. I don't know. I was like 26 probably. I mean, you know how it is, man. Your dreams kind of wither away after high school. You work the real world. You get caught up in shit and like,
Life.
yeah, life. Like that's
Yeah.
exactly what happened. Life.
Do you feel like now, like you're kind of like, it's like your outlet now to have that, like to be able to go back to like wrestling? Because like you said, you kind of like, so did you start wrestling when you were 28, or you start wrestling when you were younger, but then you started training when you were 28?
No, I started training. I mean, I always trained with like JJ and a bunch of other people, but I started here this past year in like December. I started going to like a whole different area to train. I
Okay.
go up to Maryland now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a school around here, around Maryland, that you go to?
Yeah, I go to EPW, Enterprise Pro Wrestling, Kid Mike.
Okay, yeah, Kid Mike. Okay, yeah, I'm familiar with him.
Yeah.
Enterprise. All those guys around here, their lineage is like House of Pain. So like John Rambo trained him and trained his dad.
Yeah. I
So
actually
yeah,
tagged with his dad last weekend. That
no
guy's a good
shit.
shit. Yeah, dude, that guy's, I love fucking Butch. Butch is the
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Yeah.
Was that in PA? Did they have a show out
Yeah.
there?
Yeah, I was in
Okay.
Scotland.
Okay. Yeah, I see they run out there pretty often. That's why I was talking to you recently when you were at down the street in like Fallen Waters or whatever.
Yeah,
West
Rockies.
Virginia. Yeah, Rockies. Shout out my man Vinny the pizza man, the goat amongst goats. He gets in there and he slings around a couple pizza pans and ladles, and then he goes right back to slinging the actual pizzas. So it's crazy to watch Vinny do this thing. He's a
Bro,
local legend, so to say.
Yeah, we did a show there 2 weeks ago, and like he's in the back, like I mean, just like throwing punches. Then like we go back out front to change out because we were the last match, and he's like in the back, like throwing dough around. And we're like,
Yeah.
my boy's like, dude, he's back there making pizzas as we speak, like still in his gear he wrestled in, like.
Yeah, he don't give a shit. That's the one of the shows I went to. He was like the first match, and it was called Vinny Mania. And everybody came to Vinny Mania. They had a live band. All these people were there to support Vinny.
Yeah.
And he was the first match, and he goes right in, like you said, starts making pizzas, and he's just in there drinking beer, making pizzas, and then coming back out watching the matches. So yeah, he's like a local legend for sure around here.
Yeah, he's cool.
How'd you first get linked up with POR though?
Dude, I've known all those guys for fucking years, bro.
Okay.
I've known JJ since we were like 16.
Okay.
Well, he's like a year older than me. I've known his brother since we went to school together. I've known like Jamal, the Wizard. He's one of the dudes. He's like my best friend since we were little kids. JC Extreme. I've known him for fucking 30 years probably.
Damn.
I've known Sinister for probably like 15, 20 years. It's all the dudes. Just like we're all from the same town, so we all kind of grew up together.
Everybody's really close then, huh?
Yeah. Especially like
Yeah.
me and Jamal and JC. We were like, we all grew. I've known that since we were little kids.
Yeah, that's Is it cool to watch how things have grown probably since the early days of POR?
Dude, yeah, fuck yeah. Dude, it's crazy because it was like POR started out as like a kind of like a joke. It was supposed to be like a gimmick match, like the first event, and then it was supposed to be over with. No more POR. One event, one and done. And it's
Yeah.
supposed to be a big stunt show. We were gonna like never wrestle again. And then like, dude, it's like I don't know, it's like an addiction. You wrestle the one time and then the second time, then before you know it, the Flatbush Zombies are coming there with like Swerve
No,
Strickland, to do a
no shit.
fucking music. Yeah, they did a music video there, and then JJ's getting sent out to like IWA and stuff, and like getting big, and then other people were coming in, and it's been cool to see it all grow, man.
Yeah, it's definitely cool. Like I said, I feel like I just got a part of it recently, but I know that obviously a lot more has happened before I've stumbled onto it. But I can
Yeah,
just see now just the traction that you guys are picking up, and it's full steam ahead at this point. So I only see it going to the top. And like I said, man, it's the territory, so we got to hold it down for
yeah,
this side of the country, man. We got to hold it down.
yeah.
So yeah, man.
We had Matthew Justice come in. I don't know if you know who he is, but
Yeah,
he was saying that POR is where the pros go to blow off some steam. He's like all the
that's
pros that
cool.
need to go to POR. So it's like it's been really cool. I'll be in another locker room for a whole nother company, like 5 states away, and like I can hear people just chirping about POR. They're like, "Yeah, we got to get out there one day." It's like the guy drove the car through the camper, so it's like being really, it's like nuts, bro.
Yeah,
I didn't think
it's
it would be that big until I seen how big it was.
it's nuts. I mean, the first show I went to, that's when JJ threw a little sicko off the roof,
Yeah,
and it may only be a couple hundred people there, but the thing is like the game's changed because within that week, when I looked at the video online, it had like 10.8 million views on it, and that was just within
yeah,
the first week. So who knows what it's at now? But it's just like that's the reach and the touch that you guys have. You know what I mean? Like a couple of guys that were close friends from childhood. Now you guys are reaching millions and millions of people watching your stuff. So it's gotta feel somewhat of a I guess a fulfillment or like, hey man, that's pretty cool. Like
yeah, yeah.
what
It's
what do you feel like was
nuts.
the first moment you realized that wrestling was more than just a hobby?
Um, I don't man, it's probably when I see like people in like the deathmatch forums and stuff. They're like, there people will be like, who's an underrated wrestler, and they'll start throwing me in there. And I'm like, shit, bro. So I'm like, it makes me feel like I have something to work for, like
Yeah,
these guys are like,
they see
I did
something
it
in
for
you.
fun. Yeah, I did it for fun, but these guys are like seeing, the good in me, and I'm like, I didn't understand that. And I'm like, I didn't really think I was popular until I see this. So it's like now I'm like, maybe it's something I can do for good.
Yeah, yeah. It's something that I guess has to click for you at some point because it's like you might have a certain image of yourself or what you think you are, but then someone else is like, hey man, like you could do this, or I see you as this, or whatever. And it kind of might flick a switch in your head to be like, you know what,
Yeah,
why don't I start working towards that or start, you know what I mean? Taking it a little bit more, not serious, but you know what I mean? Like trying to strive towards whatever it is that you can achieve. So yeah.
you're right.
Do you think that so how much of DJ and Roman are the same? Like, do you? I know some people say like, oh, this is me turned up times 10, but obviously you're not a real cop. But there's got to be like certain like aspects to that character where you get to like dive into. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, I get to do this part or this or whatever. Like you said, when you guys pulled up and you had everybody fooled, and you're like, you get to kind of like play into it a little bit more.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I don't know. It's like I got told. Somebody told me not long ago. They're like, "You're a natural baby face." And I'm like, "What do you mean by that?" They're like, "Dude, you do the heel thing." They're like, "We don't understand how you do this heel thing." They're like, "You come out and you call everybody fat asses and tell them to eat shit, die." And they're like, "But then you're in the back and you're like apologizing about it, like you feel bad." And I'm like, "Dude, I do feel bad." You know what I mean? It's like so. It's like the character is just like completely out of like I don't though. My friends come that don't do wrestling. Like I have friends from like work, or they all come.
And they're probably like,
yeah, they're like, what the fuck is going on? They're like, first off, why do you have a fork stuck in your forehead? And they're like, second off, why did you cuss that poor dude out? They don't understand.
yeah, let me pull up a picture here for us. I don't have the fork one, but I know which one you're talking about. There you go. That was from the first show that I went to where you fought Queer Billy.
Dude, that was a rough one.
Yeah. He was whooping you up a little bit, huh?
Yeah, fuck yeah. I mean, it's cool though. He could take it, like he could take a good punch. So
there's another one, another good little shot of you there.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is just some of the pictures here, what you go through at POR and what it takes. And I think this is a good shot of basically what you just explained. You're ditching it out, getting beat up, whatever. But then here you are afterwards, just like, and I told my wife, I said, you were like 5 feet from us. And this was our first show. I said, hey, take his picture. Cause she's a photographer. So take his picture. Cause you're just sitting there, just like chilling, just looking at whatever else was going on. I was like, it was just a cool shot. You know what I mean? Just sitting there, just chilling, man. So
if you see me when I'm at POR, you'll see me like go around after my match and I like talk to everybody because they're all like local. They're my local homies. You know what I mean?
I got that one. Oh, no, not that one. Hold on. Here we go. I thought I had it. I think it's you, maybe, and your wife. You're like kneeling down next to her. I think I thought I had it. Oh, there it is. There it is.
Yeah, that's me and my wife.
He's there chilling. I heard you there. He's like, yeah. You're like, it was like right after the Queer Billy match. You're like, yeah, I told him not to do this or not to do that. Or so it's like, it was just fucking hilarious.
Yeah. I told him not to pour beer on me. So okay. Don't pour beer on me. Yeah. I don't drink alcohol or nothing like that. So don't pour beer on me.
Yeah, I can feel you on that. I don't drink, and I know how that could be. And you'll be stinking like that for the rest of the night, and it's like, ugh.
Yeah. It's funny.
So yeah, you've been open about your battle with addiction. When did you realize that it was time to change your life?
I hit the rock bottom. No pun intended for wrestling, but like.
Yeah, I got in trouble. No shout out to Dwayne out there.
Yeah, I got in trouble. I got in a little bit of legal trouble, and they got incarcerated for a year, and just for like probation stuff and stuff like that. Like I couldn't like addiction, you know how it is. Oh, I don't know if you know how it is, but I couldn't like pass a drug test.
Right.
So like, I got locked up, and then I got sent to a halfway house, and it was like I got there, and they put me in a 12-step program, which is like AA, and I like seen how happy the people were and like how like they were like just like me, tatted up, like ex-junkie piece of shit motherfuckers, you know what I mean? And like they're like now millionaires and they're like got a family and they're like they got their license, they're doing this shit, and like it like really opened up my eyes, and I was like, damn, dude, like this is all I ever wanted in life. This is kind of like why I use drugs and drink alcohol, is because of I feel like I couldn't like find my meaning in life. So like that helped me out a lot.
I guess getting around the right people and the right mindset and stuff like that definitely helps you overcome a lot of that shit that you're trying to battle with.
Right. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. It's like it's all about who you surround yourself around. Like the whole thing with like POR, dude. We would do POR on a Sunday, and my problem was I would want to do POR every day. So like, yeah, we were drinking and partying afterwards, but then the party for me was the next day, then the next day, the next day, the next day. Then maybe a month goes by and the POR comes back around, and I done drank and got high the whole fucking time. That whole month, I'm like partying. So like, it was
just running your body, running yourself ragged the whole time.
Right. Yeah, I had like I said, I took a break from POR for a while, and like just that whole like it took me a while to kind of like find myself the courage to get back into like that kind of group. I had to work on myself a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask is like, so how did like the wrestling community play into your recovery process? Because I'm sure like the industry itself, there's a lot of like triggers and like you said, like, hey, don't throw beer on me or whatever. Like that's something that's a spot that you see on almost every show nowadays. So like, And not only that, like people have their vices too. And just because you might be going through, your sobriety, they don't necessarily understand that, nor do they care. So it's like you might be in an environment where, hey, this person's smoking, or this person's drinking, or whatever. Like, so how do you like combat that?
Well, that's what I say. When I was in like early stages of recovery, like the first like year, I stayed to myself. Like
Just
I hung out
separate
with
yourself.
a few people. Yeah, dude, just because like you have to work on yourself. You have to be able to like, I guess, kind of put tools in your toolbox to be able to like, what to do when you come to those like predicaments. But I mean, I've never been around a wrestler. If I'm like, they offer me a beer or whatever, I've never been around somebody that was like, oh, what the fuck, you're a pussy or whatever. Everybody's been real supportive. So every single person I've ever come across in the game has like been real supportive. So it's been a lot easier than I thought it would be.
Yeah. I can understand that though, because I always feel weird sometimes, like, especially like meeting new people, like even in like business, like if, you go out to dinner or something like that, and you're with a colleague or, someone who might be another, from another company or something, they're like, oh, let's get drinks or whatever. It's like, my thing, I like, hey, I don't drink. And then they look at me like I'm weird or like, whatever. It's just like, I just don't drink. Like I have Crohn's disease, so that's why I don't drink. Just because it's not worth it to me. You know what I mean? Like I used to drink sometimes, and then it was just like the hangover and everything was just so bad on my body. And, it was just like, so I just don't drink because of that. But like when I tell people, oh, I don't drink, they're just like, oh, you're weird or whatever. So there's a fly in the bingo hall, everybody. But it's just like, it's kind of a weird thing. So I guess that's cool that like everyone's pretty accepted and they don't like make you feel like awkward or anything like that. Because I'm always like, my next thing is like, well, I smoke. You know what I mean? I smoke like motherfucker, but I just don't drink. So, but hey,
I always tell people, I'm like, you want me to be sober. I'm not like a very nice person when I'm not sober.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what I mean? I get mad. I get
angry. Yeah,
angry. Yeah, dude. It's just like,
yeah,
I act crazy.
Has sobriety changed the way that you approach any of your matches or training? Or I mean, I'm sure, like you said, your mental game you've had to sharpen and work on that, right?
Yeah, dude, definitely give me more of a drive. So it's like I feel like I'm able to be like I'm able to be there. Before, like I want to get like wrestling wasn't cool to me when I was getting drunk and high. Like, I was like, fuck it, why? You know what I mean? I like getting drunk and high. Fuck wrestling.
Yeah,
It gets in the way of everything else. But it's like, but what it was, I was just fucking having, I was sick with addiction, and yeah. But I mean, it's been like a world of difference. I don't think I would have if I was still getting drunk and stuff like that. I wouldn't be wrestling now. So it's like,
just you wouldn't be able to manage it, or just be in that
care.
environment.
I just wouldn't care
because all you're worried about is addiction. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, why go to work? I can't get drunk at work. You know what I mean? I can't drink at work right now, so why would I want to go?
Yeah.
That's always how I was.
Yeah, it's good though that like you're able to like kind of take that drive of, I guess, addiction though, and channel it towards something else. Like you said, like being around the right people, the right environment, doing the right things. Right. And it's kind of like the same energy, but it's almost just directed in a different way. You know what I mean? Like, cause, I've heard people say like, the your addiction, I guess, is always going to be there, but you can channel it towards like, I guess, more good type of things versus like obviously doing, drugs or drinking or whatever. But it's still, I guess, that mental drive or whatever that keeps you hunting towards that. But when you find things that keep you sober and, keep you aligned in the right way, I guess it's like you said, more rewarding that way.
Yeah. Even though, like I say, even though you're sober and stuff like that, you're still a drug addict or you're still an alcoholic. You know what I mean? Like that's always going to be a thing. It's not just because I haven't drank. It's been almost 4 years now or use drugs. I mean, it's still every day. It's like, I know I'm an alcoholic and a drug addict. So like, that's how they always say, like, what do you have when you fucking, you sober up a drunk horse thief? And I was like, what? And they're like, you still have a horse thief. They're like, he's still a fucking thief, even though he's, he's just sober, So it's like, you're still what you are. It's just like, you have like you said, you can use your tools for different things. Not
being able to accept that and understand that, that's how you're able to move on to, being sober. Because if you're not
Right.
accepting that, then you're just going to continue doing the same shit.
Right.
Is there one thing that you wish like fans or young wrestlers that, maybe understood about addiction? Like what would it be? Like if they could, something that they would understand about addiction, what do you think it would be?
It starts off as like the one time. You know what I mean? I was 16 years old. I smoked weed for the first time. I have no problem with weed, but like it's like little things like that like
Snowball.
Dude, just snowball. And then before you know it, you're like doing cocaine. And then you're like, oh well, I did cocaine one time. And then you're gonna keep up. And it's just stuff like that.
Yep.
Like
yeah, it goes quickly, because then, like you said, you smoke some weed, then you're with this person who might have cocaine, and then I can hang with that, and this person says, oh yeah, we can do this, and then it's like you said, like it snowballs and just spirals out of control. But yeah, I think that also just comes back to being in the right environment around the right people.
right.
If you have someone that is like, I mean, like I said, it's also yourself too. Like you got to be able to, steer yourself in the right crowd, right direction. But yeah, if you have good people around you, you'll be the product of your environment. I always say that, like not necessarily a billionaire. If you're hanging around 4 billionaires, you're not going to be the fifth one. But you might get a couple 100,000. You might be a millionaire or something. But I just feel like that's a true statement. So if you're hanging around bad people, bad shit's going to happen to you.
Yeah, you gotta. I mean, honestly, you gotta know when to fucking quit. Like I said, the party was never over for me. That
Yeah.
party stayed going. And then, I mean, there's like, I'm not going to say anybody's name, but like, there's a couple guys that are like, I wrestle with, or like, I've hung out with in the game that I'm like, I see it in them. You know what I mean? I'm like, well, they're going to have to hit rock bottom before it's too fucking late. Either they're going to die or go to fucking jail, or they're going to go to rehab. There's like, and get sober. There's fucking 3 options there. And
that's the thing. Like you gotta know you gotta find your own rock bottom. It don't matter how much you see it, I see it, the next person. If you know someone that's going through it, it's kind of like they gotta figure that out on their own. They gotta wanna change, because everyone can tell them till they're blue in the face, but at the end of the day, like unless they want it, it really doesn't matter, So what's so let's switch up. What's the craziest or most dangerous stunt that you've done at POR?
The craziest? I got choked unconscious and pepper sprayed one time.
So was that for a wrestling show, or was that a stunt show?
It was a stunt show.
Okay.
It was a stunt show. JJ and I were talking about this yesterday. We were like, that's fucking stupid. But, I did that. For wrestling, I don't know. I don't know if you ever seen what I did with X Brand. It was
I've seen some of the stuff. I know you were recently heavyweight champion for them. You lost your title, but
Kamikaze and I had a match for them. It was like last October, and I sidewalk slammed him through the back. It was like a big it was a convertible. They like cut the top off of an old cop car, and we stuck tubes through the whole thing, and I sidewalk slammed him through it. It was a pretty gnarly, like,
no shit.
Yeah, it was pretty sick. I mean, other than that, dude, I just did the typical deathmatch stuff.
Do you is there anything that's off limits for you as far as like in the weapons wise, or like what about like needles? Would you do needles?
Oh yeah, I'll do needles any day of the week. They're cool.
Okay.
They're like the least of my worries, dude. I tell people like the deathmatch stuff is like, I don't know, if your adrenaline's going, you really don't care.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And it has to be in the right place. I'm not going to go to a place where like 3 fans are in the crowd and they're not recording. I'm not going to do something like crazy out there.
Yeah.
If it's like a big company, I'm like, we'll do something cool.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's all about the right time, the time and place.
Yeah. That's the needles for me are kind of cringe. It's like I see them a lot, like I guess Horror Slam. You'll see them like Chuck Stein. Seems like he's kind of known for doing that with the needles in the face and the eyeball or the eyebrows, all that. And I know you guys have done it at POR too. And I think this picture right here, I think, is you doing it to Kevin. I think. Yeah. He got it in the neck right there, right?
Yeah.
It's funny. So I asked my wife, I said, give me some pictures of DJ that you got. And she was like, yeah, this one for some reason focused on Jamie in the back. You see him back there taking the picture?
Yeah.
It's like
Jamie's the man, dude.
Yeah, shout out to Jamie. He definitely is the man. He's like I said, I met him at the first. Oh no, I did. Yeah, I did meet him at the first POR I went to. I dropped my sunglasses, and he found them. I guess gave them to JJ, and JJ's like, "Are these anybody's glasses?" I'm like, "Oh fuck! Like those are mine. I gotta walk all the way up there like a dumbass, like you know." and, but yeah, I stumbled across him after that and hit him up. So yeah, you know, I'm excited to see what happens. You know, with POR in the future. Are you going to be at the next show?
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Pull that
we
up.
got some shit. It's going to be in Winchester, so you're a good 25 minutes drive.
I'll be there. I will be there. Yeah. We went to the last show, and then we were ready for this past one. But then obviously your buddy Noah, he got hurt. It was a stunt show, I think, in New York.
Yeah,
you guys were doing. Were you there?
No, I wasn't there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know he got banged up pretty bad. I guess he's still dealing with a lot of issues, right?
Yeah, he said he put in a group chat yesterday that he walked with a walker. Like he's been walking with a walker now. So we were worried for a minute because we were real worried for a fucking minute.
Yeah, that's definitely scary. You know, especially as hard as you guys go. And, you know, for one of your buddies to get hurt like that, it's it kind of probably puts things in perspective real quick for you. Like, oh shit, like this kind of shit can happen. You know,
JJ, man, I was kind of like, don't cancel the show. Then JJ put it to me. He's like, dude, he's like, it doesn't feel right for us to like run a show and our friends in the hospital might be paralyzed. You know what I mean? And I was like, yeah, fuck that show, bro.
Yeah. And, you know, hopefully, I don't know if you guys have plans of it or whatever, but if there is a potential, like, raise money for him, I know that there's a GoFundMe out there that people can probably still, I think it's still available. But, yeah, maybe we could, like, raise some money or something for him at the next show, maybe.
Right.
Is there any moments that you thought, like, yeah, this might be the one that takes me out? Like, any spots or nothing too crazy?
Dude, it's like that with me with everything. I like overthink the shit out of it, bro. It's like a thumbtack. I'm like, what if it like flies up and hits me in the eye and my eye falls out? You know what I mean? Like little stuff like that. So it's like, I don't know.
Same with the glass too. I always think about the glass getting in your eye.
Dude. Yeah, dude. The glass is bad for your fucking hands, man. It's always I'll crawl around on the mat and like glass is just like embedded in my fingers after that. No, not too bad. I mean, when it rains, we do shows that like right after it rains, and like
this last one, it was kind of muddy like that. It was kind of muddy, like swampy out there a little bit.
Yeah, I watched a dude one time. I was at a show in like Fredericksburg, and it was raining, and he like went to do like something. I forget what it was, and his like knee like hyperextended backwards, and like he was fucked up, and like he was like hurting.
So but, that's like, probably what I think. That's what I think JJ was worried about at the last show because my girl was like, "Oh, is it over?" And he was like, "Yeah, you know, I don't really want anybody like blow their knee out or anything like that because it was still, I guess, kind of wet in the ring and stuff too." So, like you said, you know, you might go crazy doing stunts, but you can't help if your leg goes the wrong way and you're hyperextended, then you can't work, then you can't, you know what I mean? It fucks everything up. So
yeah, it's usually like the big spots I'm doing. I don't get worried about it because it's controlled stuff. But it's like the freak accident stuff. Like I did a match with Anthrax. Anthrax did like a flying elbow into the corner while I was like sit down on my ass, and a fucking shard like that big went into his leg. Just went like flew right up to the side of his calf. And it's like little stuff like that you don't think is going to happen is what happens. And you're like, fuck.
Yeah, that's like at was it Tournament of Death or not Tournament of Survival with GCW where John Wayne Murdoch, his side got sliced up bad from one of the tubes, and you see it like immediately he went right to the ref like, oh, like what the fuck, like, but yeah, shit like that where you can't really predict what's gonna happen and it cuts you up pretty bad.
Yeah, that's my biggest thing is like glass. Glass is unpredictable sometimes, and fire, dude. I'm not a big fan of fire.
Fire. I'm sure same thing. John Wayne Murdoch. You seen what just happened to him with Mickey, right? Where he got lit on fire.
Yeah, it has to be like right circumstance stuff. Like it has to be the right kind of like stuff to make the fire with. It has to be fire extinguishers on deck. You know, like I'm not doing it with like they did it with like
just
151
just
rum
some random shit.
Yeah, that's the same thing with North Korean assassin. I don't know if you ever seen that video, but like they use kerosene.
He got lit on fire pretty bad. Yeah,
they burn them up. Like stuff like that.
It was
like,
kerosene that they used.
That's what I've heard. I've heard it was kerosene. Little stuff like that's like, or it was like tiki torch or something like that. But it was like that's. I'm like, you have to have the stuff that Bubba Ray Dudley used. That's what.
Yeah, you got to have the right shit because it's like you use something like that just like keeps residually burning. It's like, how the fuck do you put that out? You know, and then I think with what happened with Murdoch, like there was so much of that Bacardi or whatever it was on there. When he hit, it just fucking just completely splashed up. And it was just like,
if you're wearing if you're wearing a cotton shirt too, that stuff will like soak into your shirt and like burn you the fuck up.
Well, they say that that's worse than the actual, like, I guess, fire burning your skin directly is when the whatever fabric you're wearing melts onto your skin, and then that gets all infected into your skin, and it just gets like way worse than just like if you were just to get burned just by fire straight up. But
I hate fire, dude.
Yeah, fire I would not be fucking with.
Yeah, I'm not about it. That's too unpredictable.
How do you, I guess, prepare yourself mentally for that? You just, I guess, wait for the adrenaline to kick in, and then it's go time from there, right?
I'm in the bag a lot, freaking out. I pray a lot. I'm freaking the fuck out. Then I get out there, bro, and it's like riding a bicycle. It
all goes away.
It all goes away, dude. I'm like doing non-deathmatch shit now, like with Kid Mike and them, and I'm more fucking nervous for that shit. It's like. It's all traditional wrestling. That
because you feel like do you feel like you're more naked out there? Like, oh shit, like you know what I mean? Like not exposed, but like with the deathmatch shit, it's more of like your comfort zone maybe. You know what I mean? So now that you're doing like more traditional shit, like you said, like it's fuck, I'm more nervous to do something that you would think would be the opposite way. Like you think you'd be more nervous to do the crazier shit.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to look stupid. You know what I mean? That like I can pick something up and smack somebody with it in a deathmatch show. That doesn't make sense in a regular like wrestling show. So, well, I've gotten a hold of it. I did all right these past month and a half, 2 months.
Yeah, that's what's up. I have to check you out in the old traditional style and see what's up with see what's up with that.
Right. Yeah. Nah, dude, come on out. You're not that far away from where we do the shows, so that'd be dope.
No, I think they're probably maybe 45 minutes or so or something like that from me.
Yeah, they're like an hour from me, so they're probably like 40, 45 minutes from you.
Yeah. And then especially you said you guys are probably doing more at the at the pizza shop too, right?
Yeah, I think that's the goal. I like going to the pizza shop. We get free pizza.
Yeah, they're good.
That pizza's good as fuck.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's the best pizza around here. The best pizza around here. Like it's crazy because I fell out of wrestling for a few years, like a long time. Like I didn't even I was still watched here and there like big events, but like I didn't go to any shows for like a long time. And that was one of the first shows I went to probably a couple years ago, and it was just a free show that they had right out back, just like where you guys were at. And I don't know, it just was like I need to start coming back to shows again because I used to go to shows all the time. It was just like, yep, I need to start going back and having my son and stuff, watching him get into it. It's been cool. It's cool to watch. You know what I mean? Like I guess you get to relive it through him, so to say, in his childhood. I guess.
Yeah, I brought my kids last weekend. I brought my kids they watched me wrestle for the first time.
Okay.
And actually, they enjoyed it. It was pretty cool.
Had they seen any of your stuff? Like, had you shown them anything before that? But that was like was their first time seeing you in person.
They wouldn't really comprehend. I mean, they're young. The one's 4. And I got a 5-year-old, and I got a 1-year-old.
Okay.
So like they wouldn't. We brought the 4-year-old when she was like 2.5 to a POR show, and like she hung out in the back, and she like didn't understand. She thought we were all like being really mean.
Yeah.
So, but now that the other night she was like, Dad's okay. She kept telling my wife, Dad's okay. He's okay. and she was like clapping and stuff. So like I looked out while I was wrestling, and it was pretty cool to see it.
That's hilarious. That's cool. That's a special moment. You getting to wrestle in front of your kids for the first time, and them getting to see that. I'm sure you're probably even more nervous, right?
Yeah, it would do definitely, because I'm like, oh shit, bro. And it was really cool because they like, I took the pin, and I didn't take the pin. I like gave the dude the pin, and I won the match.
Yeah.
And, like I did the, so it was like a full circle moment. I felt like for like me and like life. If that makes
that's
sense.
Awesome.
Yeah.
No, it makes total sense, and that's, like I said, that's a total full circle moment that, it's special. I hope somebody got some good footage of it for you.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Brain fart.
Yeah. It's dude, that's like, since I've started this shit, it's like you got to be thinking like content wise, you know what I mean? Like I'm never like that. Like I'm always like, fuck, I should have got a picture with this person. I should have got this. So I've been like trying to be more conscious of doing that kind of stuff. So,
and when you're like that, dude, you're thinking of like constant content and like clip farming. It's like more of a chore. You can't go to a show and like you want to enjoy it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're like, you constantly have to be working.
I've kind of started to realize that like I don't want it to become like that. So that's why like when I do go to shows, I'm kind of just there chilling. You know what I mean? Like I'm not there to like do anything else other than that. You know what I mean? Because it becomes like I don't want to like mix the two together where it becomes not fun. You know what I mean? Where I'm there like, oh, I'm just trying to get footage, or I'm just trying to get, whatever. So definitely not that. But yeah, I can see how like, you gotta have the, I guess, be able to switch it on and off.
Right. Yeah.
Do you see stunts as a permanent part of your wrestling career, or is it just like one chapter?
It's just, I don't know. It's like that's a hard question. It's probably, I guess
it's hard. It's hard to get away from because of all that, the adrenaline and stuff that you guys probably go through. There's nothing that can, like wrestling, there's nothing that can replicate that same kind of feeling that you guys probably get.
Dude, yeah, the adrenaline's nuts. People are like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Fucking better than ever." Then I get home in the car or whatever. Usually when I get in the car, I'm on the way back. I'm like, "Oh, I feel like shit."
Yeah, the adrenaline dump is serious.
Dude, that adrenaline's the shit. It's like better than any drug ever, alcohol ever drank, dude. I'm telling you, I love adrenaline.
Yeah, it's I always hear that from pretty much any wrestler. Like you can't replicate that feeling you get, and I'm sure and you see it. That's why there's so many wrestlers that just they think they get away from it, and then they don't. They think they like Terry Funk. How many times did he retire? Because what's going to replace that for them? Those guys. It's all they know. Some of them, but let's walk me through the night that you won the X Brand heavyweight title. What was going through your mind? And pull a picture of you with the title up here again.
That was the next day. I won it, and I won it, and then wrestled again the next day. I won the belt, man. That was cool. That was like, I feel like to go into another company that like, I don't know. All right, let me restart this. If I go to POR and win a belt, people are like, he's a POR guy. He's going to win a belt. To go into another company and win a belt is like pretty fucking cool, because like I feel like I worked really hard, and like it was a milestone in my career. So it was really nice. Dude, I remember the booker called me and he's like, "I want to put the strap on your man," and I was like, "What?" I about to shit myself. I was at work and like my boss was like, "What the fuck?" It's like, you ever seen that videos? It's like your dad texts you and is like, "Why are you crying so loud right now?" I don't have it. Yeah, I feel like that was with me and my boss that day. He was like, "What the fuck's your problem? Why are you so happy, dude?" But yeah, we pull up, dude, and it's like I kept a secret from all my boys that we were riding up there with. They didn't know. Like Sinister and JC had no clue I was winning the belt. And like I fucking went in there and won it, and they were like, "What the fuck, dude? You didn't tell us that." I said,
That's great.
Shut up, dude. And I was like, I was like heckling the fans and shit before like hand, and they're like, "Oh, we're the belt's coming home with us," because they're like Anthrax's people.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. I was like, that sucks, doesn't it? And like, And then after the match, I was like, I fucking told you, motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love moments like that, like where it's like that shock, like no one's seen it coming, or it's like, and then like you said, your buddies go with you and they didn't know. It's like that moment where you kind of get that. Yeah, that's cool.
It's funny that I told my wife about it, and she like doesn't understand. She was like, what do you mean? Like you're winning a belt? Like I was like, yeah, I'm the fucking champion. She's like, okay,
fucking champ.
Yeah.
Is she like new to wrestling, or is she not really a fan of wrestling at all?
Yeah, they're fucking really new. Dude, I took her to watch like deathmatch shows, like as a fan, you know what I mean? And she like is watching like Schlack and Necro Butcher and all that. She has no clue what the fuck she's looking at. No clue. And I was like, dude, these are like the greatest of the fucking great, like Ricky Shane Page and people like that, like in Masada. And you have no clue what you're looking at right now. So it's been pretty cool. Like she's like now like a bigger fan. Like so it's nice. All the wrestlers that I wrestle with are like know my wife and stuff like that. So
probably gets her more attached to it that way. Like when she gets to know them and then see them perform, it's probably gets her more into it that way.
Yeah.
I know my wife's going through the same shit. Like she's not that much of a wrestling fan, but like lately how much I've been into it and doing my thing, like she's been having to get into it as well. And she goes to POR with me, and she's into Mickey Knuckles. She likes Mickey. She was talking to Mickey's sister at one of the last shows. So she just got her book too. She's reading that. Nice. So it's like, yeah. So it's cool to kind of like my son, like you get to see who she likes and who doesn't she like and shit like that. And we'll be going to CZWTOD. Are you going to be there by any chance?
Dude, I fucking can't, bro. I'm so upset I can't be there. I start a CDL class that day.
Oh, shit. Nice.
Yeah, they asked me to work the Tarp of Death event. I was like one of the first, because I don't know if you've seen, I was supposed to do a show, I think it was last month in Atlantic City. It was a gauntlet match, and the winner gets to be in the
you didn't do that?
No, they had to cancel the event. Something fell through at the venue.
Oh, that's the one that got canceled.
Yeah, dude, some fucking been living.
Yeah,
I've been so upset, but I'm like, dude, it will all work
out.
It will all work out. It's like every time I get like a big like match or something like that, it always falls through. I was supposed to wrestle Dimitri Alexandrov. That fell through. I was supposed to do XPW against Dirty Ron. That fell through. And then it's like, just like, I'm like, fuck, man. But it's whatever, man. Other opportunities come.
Hey, that means something bigger. That means something even bigger is going to happen for you, bro.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it'll be all right. The fact that they kind of reached out to me and was pretty cool. So I'm doing something right.
Yeah, you're definitely getting your name out there. And that's, I didn't know that was the event that got canceled, because I remember you posting about that saying like, this is cool, like get to be in the gauntlet. And that was like, whoever won that was supposed to get a entry into TOD, right? And then I think now that's why they're doing the Tarp of Death or whatever to, I guess, make up for that, so to say.
No, they were going to do that too. They were going to do both.
Oh, okay.
So I got offered both those days, but like I said, I've been waiting to start this class for like 3 months.
Yeah.
Like, here we are.
Not something you can reschedule probably either.
No, I don't want to, dude. It's like it will help out in life. I can go drive a tractor trailer.
More important.
Sit in the air conditioning at work all day long and make a bunch of money. So yeah, it's way more important.
Yeah, definitely. So you won your belt, and then you didn't hold it very long. So what happened there? Like you said, so was it the Wicked 13 event? Is that where you won the event?
No,
is that where you won the belt?
I won the event. Like I held it for like 2.5 months.
Okay.
I held it for a good while. I won it at just like a regular like house show, and then I defended it at Wicked 13 against Shockey, Jesse Daniels, and what is his name? Nico Gray. And then the next day I defended against Kevin Chaos, and then a month later, it was like 3 weeks later, I defended against Anthrax Skin, and he cheated and beat me. That's what I always tell people. He cheated.
Yeah, I'm halfway through that Wicked 13. I haven't got to your part of it yet. But the X brand. So like, do you think that being champion like changed how people saw you?
Definitely, dude. I've did like 3 podcasts since then. People,
Okay.
yeah. Since I became champion, man, it's like I've been getting a lot of new followers on Instagram and shit like that. It's mostly like wrestlers now, so that's been pretty cool.
Yeah. So it kind of like, I guess, reminds you you're doing something right. You know, you're getting your name out there, getting eyeballs on you. And I'm sure, I guess,
Right.
you know, it probably, people probably treat you a little bit differently in locker rooms too. So to say, like, they might look at you a little bit differently now, like, oh shit, like, you know, he's working with CZW, he's doing this, he's doing that. So, yeah. I also wanted to ask about the X brand. So like you said, a house show, and I think you mean literally a house show, because some of these
Yeah.
looks like they're in like a basement of like a townhouse or a row home, or
It's a
what?
dungeon.
It's a dungeon. It's a
It's a
bingo hall.
dungeon. The subterranean death trap. Nah, dude, it's I don't know if you know what the fuck's going on up north right now with like everybody like calling the cops on each other.
Yeah, like, so
Dude,
I mean, I'm in Deathmatch Elite, so I see it
dude,
all. You know, it's at least once a week somebody saying something about New Jersey calling police. So this person's calling police on this person because they don't want to run, and the scene in Jersey shit, and you know, blah blah. It's always something. I
yeah,
don't
bro.
understand
So
half of it, but it's always some kind of drama going on.
yeah, it's so I mean, we got to run somewhere. You know what I mean? And it's like
Where there's a will,
I
there's a
don't.
way.
Dude, there's a will, there's a way. And I like to wrestle, bro. So I'll wrestle wherever the fuck ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not wrestling fucking the king of jobbers in a fucking, in his mom's backyard on a trampoline, but like I'll wrestle with like Anthrax is fucking pretty dope. I don't
Yeah.
mind wrestling Anthrax and shit like that. Like an X Brand's cool. So I mean, if there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah. And
And it's different.
there's a market for it too, you know. It's not just like you guys are out there just fucking, whatever. There's a whole fucking scene across the country that's yearning for this type of stuff, you know? So
Dude, yeah, I mean, in all honesty, we're all like, it's like the backyard wrestling video game. You have like all the different like levels you can unlock.
yeah.
And like I've been wrestling at all the levels. You know what I mean? I got
Yeah.
POR. Like that's a cool little video and unlockable level. Then you have like we wrestled in like a little daycare one time for WrestleMania weekend, and then we wrestled in a garage in like a 3-sided ring, and then like
It's so,
shit like that.
bro. Now that you put it that way, I can't unsee it now. Like that's exactly what it feels like. Like little
Dude, that's
different levels that you're unlocking or different arenas that you're at. Like
dude. Yeah, I wrestled for a negative outlook the other month, and it was like in a bar, and I felt like we were like straight up like fucking Roadhouse. Like we were just fighting in the crowd, like beating the shit out of each other. It was so much fun, and that's exactly what it feels like. You like unlocked a new level on like the WWE game or something.
it's hilarious. I'm always like scouting like new areas and new scenes, and I'm like, oh yeah, a ring would look cool there. A ring would look cool there with that backdrop or this or whatever. Just like in random spots that like you wouldn't think. And I always think that it's a cool thing, man. Like I know you've seen that highlight video that someone made. It was POR stunts, but it was like matched up with ICP's homies in the
Oh
background with
yeah,
like the
yeah,
backyard wrestling. I was like, oh, that's cool as shit, because it was like the first show I went to. I was like, damn, that's
yeah.
cool as shit. So it was kind of like a full circle moment. Like you and me probably both, we played that game when we were little, and it's like
I
you see
have
some
it
shit like
sitting.
that. Yeah.
It's sitting on my shelf over here, bro.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, it's cool, man. It's like shit like that where it's like, damn.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you though about POR and X Brand, the show that they were recently supposed to have. It was supposed to be POR versus X Brand. Where was your allegiance going to lie on that show, or will we have to find out in the future?
You have to find out in the future. I can't leak all the tea. You know what I mean?
Okay, but you are an original POR original, right?
I am.
Okay. Okay. But hey, you're also a dirty cop, so who knows? Who knows
Dude, have
what
you
could happen?
seen the whole thing with POR? It's like NWO fucking red versus NWO black right now. It's like you got like the good guys at fucking POR versus the money militia. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like we're like all beefing and like we're just fucking hating on each other and like we're trying to just get back on each other the whole fucking event.
Yeah, I think here's you arresting JJ.
Yeah, that's fucking hilarious. That's such a funny picture. I'm like out of gear and he's like, arrest me.
Arrest me.
He was like, we gotta walk all the way to the road. I was all right, bro. We'll take you all the way out of here.
Is there any backstage lessons or any wild moments that you've had at all?
Dude, I was there when JJ broke his back. I don't know if you heard about that.
I've heard about it.
Yeah,
Was it during when he did like the chair stunt where he was like goes right to the ground on the chair?
Yeah, dude, I was there for that. Dude, I've been there. We did a stunt one time. We burned a guy up pretty bad. He was tied to a wheelchair, and then I tied him to the back of my car, and we drove through this like contraption while he was on fire. It like fucked him up, bro. Like fucked him up. And I've been through that. I've seen people break their legs. Just like little shit like that. Like just all kinds of backstage bullshit.
Do you think that like seeing what you guys do that like someone from the outside, like do you guys get a lot of outsiders like, hey, I want to try this with you guys, and like they might necessarily not be able to hang with you guys, and you gotta be like, hey man, like we can't sign off on that, or maybe they do and then they get fucked up. Because like I know like the Vice, you guys had the Vice documentary, and I don't know if it was one of your homies or if he was just a guy that was there, but like he got burned real bad on his leg, on like his inner thigh or something. Kind of like I was saying, like the material got burned into his leg, and he was like real fucked up. They're like, oh, you need to go to the hospital, and the medic left, and I'm sure there's got to be cases like that guy, right?
Yeah, that was our homie Tim. Tim's the shit.
Okay.
Tim just doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
It's so funny. I like Tim because like he's adopted, and like all his siblings I think are adopted. I know that he has a lot of siblings, and like all of them have like missing limbs that like don't have hands or like don't have legs. And Tim's
like
the only
like his siblings.
Tim's like the only one with all his limbs, and his dad's like, "What the fuck?" His parents are probably
like, "What are you doing?
Fuck? You're our only kid with all your limbs, bro, and you're trying to blow them off with a mortar." But nah, we have I have kids all the time, bro. Like random fucking little kids like will send me stuff on Instagram of them like hitting each other in the head with like a trash can. And they're like, "You think this is cool?" I'm like, "Nah, bro." I'm like, I'm like, "Don't do that. Go to school, bro." Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? I have one dude from Russia. He's always like sending me videos of like, and he don't even post them online. I don't know why he sends them to me. Of like him jumping on like fucking nails and shit. Like
who
with
is
bare
it?
feet.
It's probably Putin, isn't it?
It's like some little dude, and he's always like, "You like this?" I'm like, "Wow, are you trying to like? What are you trying to do right now?"
Isn't that crazy though? Like that's just to show like your reach, though. You know what I'm saying? Like this guy from Russia is sending you shit. You know what I mean? Because he's probably seen you guys, but that's crazy, man. Like it's crazy how that like I said, the reach that's out there. But you know, people are wild when they think that like, hey, look at me, I'm doing the same shit as you. It's like, hey, chill out, man. Especially if you're kids, don't be doing that shit.
Yeah, don't fucking do that shit. Go to school and don't do steroids.
Yeah,
be good little boys and girls.
Yeah. So what's next for Roman 5-0? Any titles, promotions, any opponents on the radar?
I'm going to take some time off. I'll probably take the rest of the year off. I need to like get everything figured out with life.
Okay.
No, not that life's bad. I just want to like get the whole career path figured out and train. Yeah. I just like train. I train a couple times a week. That's it. That's all I really want to do.
So will the show at the end of the month, will that be your last show until you take your little hiatus?
I don't know. You have to be there.
Oh, yeah, we have to be there to find out on the 31st, baby.
Yeah. You have to be there the 31st.
Would you bring any like POR style insanity to like any bigger stage, like maybe like GCW, AEW, WWE potentially?
Fuck yeah. Yeah. Who wouldn't?
Yeah.
Like I said,
What's
it's all about the venue and the place. You know, I might do some fire for the WWE. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there we go. Hey,
I'm not gonna
whatever
burn
kind
up
of
for them.
flammable they want to use too.
Yeah, fuck it, dude.
Who's your dream opponent in a hardcore stunt type of match?
Dude, I want to wrestle Neil. I've always wanted to wrestle Neil Diamond Cutter.
Yeah, he's
NECA's
like
up
on his
there.
last year or so to say is what they're saying right now. But you know how
Yeah,
wrestling
dude.
goes.
Yeah, everybody's on their last year.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, everybody retires.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jun Kasai, he's up there.
Okay.
Dude, Scotty Too Hottie. I've always wanted to wrestle him because he was like my
Hey.
favorite as a kid. And X Pac. People are always like, "Who's your dream?" I'm like, X Pac, bro.
Fuck yeah.
That would be the
Xbox dope.
shit, bro. Oh yeah, dude, definitely. That would be the fucking shit.
I got to meet him after a Danzig concert in Philly one time. He was just there
really?
because he's friends with Glenn, and they were just out hanging out after the show, and he was coming by talking to the fans, and he had a little like Too Sweet shirt on, and I was just like came up, Too Sweeted him, and fucking took a picture with him. He was just cool as shit. He looked like he was high as shit because he was like just standing there, just like out of it the whole time. I was like, all right, like I was told my uncle, I was like, hey, get a fucking picture. Like, what are you doing? And but yeah, it's pretty cool. Like Xbox definitely a dope guy. That would be a good match. Scotty Too Hottie, he's still wrestling, man, and his son's wrestling.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
might have something there.
Dude, yeah, he's my favorite as a kid, bro. He was the man.
Yeah, him and Brian Christopher.
Yeah, Rikishi.
Yeah.
They're just like, I don't know, they just come out dancing and shit. That was cool. I remember the WWF No Mercy game. You know, like they had like a cut scene. When you would win, they would dance. I have that over here on my shelf too. I have I have it right over here, bro.
Right here. It's like it's right here, brother. Yeah, I got all that shit, man. I got
NWO.
Yep, I got that one. What's the other one? WCW World Tour or whatever. The first one. Yeah. Yeah, those are, man, I don't know what it is, but like these games nowadays, like they have all the people, the entire roster, all the shit you can do, but like it don't have the same feel as the old school games, you know, like Nintendo 64 and PS2.
The story mode
they
for
don't.
No Mercy was insane, bro.
Yeah. Like even like what I don't know if you played PlayStation, but PS2, like the SmackDown versus Raw and all those are fucking great. Like the GM modes, those are better than anything that they even do now. So it's like, but all they do now is just like Madden and NBA 2K. It's like the same game, and then they just shove it right down your throat in a couple more months. And you got to pay for this and pay for that. That's all it's about now. So I kind
like
of
how
fell
they're
out of
getting
gaming and shit like that.
Yeah, I like how they're getting cool characters, but like
yeah, but like yeah,
got.
like
I like
New
the
Jack.
gameplay.
Like they had New Jack in there, but then you don't have New Jack's music, so then it's like hokey, kind of like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I don't know. A lot of it's all just a cash grab for them, you know. You can't have Brock Lesnar in the game, but we can have New Jack in the game, you know. So
ain't that the truth, bro?
Yeah. If when people talk about Roman 5-0 years from now, what do you want them to say?
That I'm alive.
Yeah.
I want to be the dude that doesn't get any injuries. Knock on wood, you know what I mean? But like, I don't want to, like. There's a lot of people are like, oh yeah, my back's gone forever, and I'm like, I don't want that to be me.
Yeah. Knees, shoulders, everything's all fucked up on these people, and it's like some of them can suck it up to get through a match or whatever, but then it's like, after that adrenaline shit wears off, then it's like, oh fuck, now I'm like going back to like a terrible way of life, just walking around and shit. Like you see some of them, sure, like limping and hurting, and it's just like, do you want to end up like that? Yeah,
you're probably seen it. You're probably seen it like I am now, dude. All your like people you watched growing up are like dying, and like in wheelchairs and fucking losing. Like Buff Bagwell lost his leg.
Yes,
dude,
it's like
stuff like
I met him when I was a kid.
Stuff like that. Like it hasn't been rubbing me the right way.
No.
Like, oh shit, dude, and they're like not that old, bro. They're like
just
50s.
incredible.
Dude, he's I feel bad. I don't mean to talk shit about that. It's terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fucking absolutely terrible, dude.
He's one of those guys that like you can tell he's a genuine dude. You want to like him. He's very likable, and I do like him. But you know, he's struggling, and it's like it's hard to watch. And like you said, these are guys that you watch growing up, and you think of them in a certain light. Man, it's like, damn, like some of these guys are like you said, dying, and it's just like I'm sure you're probably going through this too because we're around the same age, I believe. Like people you went to high school with dying, and it's like,
yeah,
damn, like what the fuck, like you know, it's just I don't know. As you get older and more mature, life starts to set in a little bit, and I guess you start to your mortality becomes a little bit more real. Yeah, yeah,
it's real. It's not just like pimples and women. That's like you know what I mean. Like there's more to it than that. So it's like it's scary.
And when you think about it, it's like those times that you're just mentioning, like went by so fast, and you're just like, oh shit, we're here now. I'm like, 30 something now, you know. It's like,
yeah, I told you I've known JC Extreme for 30 years. I don't fucking feel it that long. You know what I mean? It was like just like I felt like it was like 5 years ago. We were in his backyard with like clothesline tied to like sticks and made our own wrestling ring. And like it doesn't feel like it's been dude, it's nuts.
That's what I say, man. It's like having this conversation right now. It's something I've been thinking about a lot recently. And as I get older, and it's just like you got to do what you want to do in life. Find what it is that you like, love, whatever it is that makes you happy. Go for it, because before you know it, it's over, man. And then you know, don't live a life of regret or wishing you could have did something that you know you could have went in all in on or whatever it is. But yeah, man. Anybody that's listening out there, you got to go all in on your dreams, bro.
Get your head out your ass.
Yeah.
That's probably my best advice I give people. Get your head out your ass.
Yeah. You heard it here. If there's anything you want to plug, I appreciate you for coming on. Let the people know where we can find you. You will or will not be at August 31st at POR. You have to show up to find out if you're going to see Roman there or not. But yeah, man, let the people know where they can find you on socials, where you at on social media and anything else that you have coming up.
Hit me up on my Instagram at Roman50. That's really it. That's my wrestling thing. My Instagram. Or you see me at POR. I'm always at POR. See me on X-Brain, IWTV. Wherever you want to see me. I'm not hard to find.
Not hard to find. That's the sound of the police. We're leaving the bingo hall. We'll see y'all later.